Okay, here we go. Continuing our team versus team conference championship match. This is my 1v1 versus Matzestinkt. We had that nice kill on Season 61 and a little mini fleet of UK down here. So this is Japan's response. They built a submarine and 2 carriers, flew his fighters over, so we no longer have any fighter threat over on the Eastern Europe side. Obviously, as you can see, he stacked Z-Zone 60. Combats are pretty straightforward. Just moving into the China, blitzed Burma. So, pretty common sense move there. The one thing I do need to be mindful of on UK's turn is the fact that I can't just stack in here because he does have 2 transports that can come and load with these guys. I don't think he'll do it, but he could put 6 guys there and then bring all his air and range and whatnot. I don't think he's going to make a move there because we're going to be putting a lot of pressure on his homeland back this way, hopefully. So, in any case, good news is that it's not going to take much to stack Caucasus. Caucasus. And hopefully I want to stack Kaza before Jay's turn as well. Filter them this direction into the 1 IPCs versus the 2 IPC location. And sorry, I had to pause a second there. I lost my train of thought where I was at. But in any case, our goal is going to be to stack Caucasus, Kaza, Dead Zone, West Russia, make them come in here, and we're going to take a shot at Baltic, I think. So this is the interesting thing, because I can Dead Zone West Russia fairly easily, and we're going to be able to stack these guys somewhat comfortably. And I don't even need my 3 fighters involved in doing those. So if I strike here and come back to Arch, I can use an infantry artillery, 2 fighters to try to take out 3 infantry. It's a 50-50 that I actually take the territory, so I'm going to say it's worth it. I'll be trading 2 of my guys for 3 of his guys, hopefully. That's an okay trade for me. If I get the territory, that's even bonus, but even more importantly, anytime there's a high G tank load, I'd like to kill the meat shield from those tanks wherever I can. So these are 3 infantry that won't be getting to cover them up. He's not going to be able to build infantry on G3. So he's got to wait for these guys to help cover up his tanks. Otherwise, his tanks, they're getting thin on their coverage, right? So he's not going to be able to take, if I can kill these guys, he's not going to be able to take Karelia. He's going to use these guys to take Karelia, which is fine, and tanks. But then he won't be able to take Karelia and West Russia and have coverage for his tanks, hopefully. So hopefully we'll pull him out of Ukraine altogether. So that's kind of the plan, the hope, the goal. We'll see how this goes. But back to the U.S., we're going to do what's probably going to be controversial. People are probably going to question this. I'm going to question it. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to build a sub, a carrier, and 2 fighters. So we're going to build another loaded carrier here. And the reason being is these fighters can attack both of these zones. I'm going to position this fighter, since he's not needed in the defense, down in India with this guy. And they can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can threaten the 2 zones as well. Plus our 3 fighters we already have built. So that's going to give us 7 fighters, putting pressure on those 2 zones that he'll have to think about what he wants to do to produce. But I'm not going to go to 59. I could go to 59 and drop my transport, but then he's got 4 fighters and a bomber, which could be very worth just air bombing the infantry so that my transport would be wasted and my next transport would be back here, and that would slow US down. So we're not going to take it anyways. So this time, I think I'm going to go ahead and land in C-Zone 58 instead. Because that helps the boats keep pressure on C-Zone 62 unless he puts a destroyer block there and a destroyer block here in order to build more boats. And that'll be costly. If I'm trading off if I'm making him trade off 2 destroyers, the one he has and the one he has to build, that's a positive thing. So that's the way we're going to play it. I thought about, you can see I got one IPC left over, so I thought about building another transport instead of sub, but Matzestinkt is very, 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 very creative with his Japan Navy, and I just want to make sure we got enough forces continuing to come, because we're still going to be a while till we take an island and start building, so we still need some more forces coming in, and Japan still has good income right now, so I think it's too risky to switch over to the transport build, especially since I got my second transport coming up anyways. So yeah, so here we go. Let's see, I don't think the US is attacking anything. We are not attacking anything. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I always like to attack stuff, but not this time, I guess. It's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could attack there, because these fighters could go 1, 2. I'm just curious. I'm going to turn this off, but if I put him there... okay, that allows him. I'm like... Because I looked at the possibility of doing a strike there and retreat kind of thing, but it's just not worth it. But I was just surprised. Normally, because if you didn't notice, they always have white circles around people who can attack. So I just thought it was odd that it didn't have a white circle around him, because he can attack. I just have to move the carrier first. Okay, anyways, moving on. Learning something new about the game interface every day. Many years later. Alright. Nothing to do. Alright, one thing I do want to do, because we're going into a zone with no land, we do want to, make sure that the U.S. has fighter before carrier, because we don't want him to take a shot and kill the carrier and then the fighters just crash. Now, interesting, if y'all watched my game against Emre when he did the U.S. and attacked, he did this fighter base up here, and I was considering doing that, but I'm worried that at this point, that would leave him a 25% shot at wiping this fleet. I'm worried at this point that he could be desperate enough to take that shot, to be frankly honest, and I don't want to offer that opportunity. Oops, you forgot your people. Alright, I think that's everything. So ultimately we need at least 9 infantry or 8 infantry and a fighter from UK to land here to keep this stacked. So we're going to move 3 of our guys down, so that'll give us 6, and I've got 3 UK here that can move in there next turn. And these fighters, 1, 2. Oh no, they can't. That's season 3 that can make it there. Never mind. Those fighters cannot make it there this turn. Alright, that's it for the US, right? That's it. Oops. I could take that for free, or Ralph, it wouldn't be for free because I can't stack this unless I could kill this and potentially stack that, but then that makes me trade more here. So I've decided to move on from that. So if I put 1 infantry there, that would cost me 3 IPC. I gain 1, and I got a 1/3 chance of hitting one of their guys. That's a 3, so 1/3 would give me 1, so it'd be a profit of 2 for a cost of 3, so I'm just going to leave it be. Yeah, no, I thought about, we could have done the infantry artillery strike here, and then restack these two. I really could do. I probably should have thought about it. But I've thought too much already, so I'm not going to change my plan. Because if I did this attack, take out those infantry, take out these guys. Man, that is just so tempting. I mean, that gives me 50-50-50-50. And if I even just leave 1, then he's got a pretty easy take back. And then as long as he takes it, then he can blitz his tanks and he'll have it stacked. So I don't think it's worth it. We're just going to keep my guys. But we are going to take the shot at the guys in the back. It may have been smarter to try to block off the Corellia for 1 more turn and make it so he can't build frontline units yet another turn. I just don't think it would have been successful. I'd have to be successful on 2 50-50s and literally 50-50s because the one I'd need to take. So, and I would need to kill the other guys. So I just, yeah, we're just going to go with this. I'm trying to convince myself while I'm talking here. Did we not have any other attacks? Not with Russia. We're not attacking anywhere else. Alright, let's go dice. At the very minimum, I want to kill the 3 guys. Without losing a plane, of course. But I'd love to take that territory, get that bonus 2 IPC. Two hits. Boom, boom. Alright. Whiff. Alright. There we go. Nice. 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 Now I wish I went for Bello. That's how it goes, right? So we got 19, 23 guys going there. We should be fine against his 18, 19 there. We got our block from him blitzing. So I'm giving him Corellia. I am giving him Corellia. I'm going to keep these 2 guys just hanging out there. Because he's either going to use his transport up into the C zone here, which he's not going to want to do that. Or he's going to go 1 and send all his planes, so we're not going to give him any free. We're just going to keep Japan blocked up right there. No freebies. So again, that gives me 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good. There we go.